Here are some of the biggest financial mistakes that you can avoid in your 20s, and you don't want to learn these the hard way. Most people waste their entire 20s chasing a lifestyle that they can't afford and then spend their entire 30s trying to recover the damage and the mistakes that they made. But if you avoid these 10 mistakes early, you can retire a millionaire and essentially not be broke. This isn't some skip Starbucks so you can save $5 a day bullcrap. I hate when gurus say that. I think it's total BS. I'm going to break down the real financial traps that schools, influencers, and even your parents never taught you. If you're in your 20s, this video might save you 10 years of regret. Let's get right into it. Oh, and by the way, if you're in your 30s, then subscribe and watch my next week's video because I'm going to show you how to reverse those mistakes if you made them. That way you're not left basically stranded and lost. Number one, lifestyle creep. What is lifestyle creep, right? Lifestyle creep is basically when you first get a job, you financially make a little bit of money, and instead of saving it and stacking it up, you start to upgrade your car, your clothes, you start to get an apartment, you start to get nice things, and it feels like growth, but in reality, it's a trap. Every dollar that you spend trying to look rich is a dollar that you lose in your future financial freedom. So get addicted to saving early now and live like you're broke so later you don't have to be really broke. Number two, credit card misuse. Credit cards are a tool, right? It's not free money that you have saved in your bank. And if you're carrying the balances and just making the minimum payments, you're throwing away so much money and wasting so much money on interest. And I want you to think of it this way, right? The more balance that you carry out and you don't pay off ASAP, the better a vacation that you're paying for the bank CEO to go on while you're stuck at work working a 9 to 5, because that's exactly what it is. Learn to use credit to build your score, not to buy what you can't afford. Use rewards, pay in full. Your 700 plus credit score will matter in a couple of years when it's time to buy a house, when it's time to start a business and do things that essentially you want to do to use credit as your advantage. Number three, blindly taking on student loans. And I already know I'm going to get so much hate for this one, but listen, student loans are the only debt that you're told that is good, but for some reason people don't really look into it and realize how much money they're spending. I have a cousin that went to college and he's paying about $800 a month in his student loans, and he's not going to pay that off for the next 10 years. I'm like, what the hell? For some people it's financial suicide. You don't want to borrow $180,000 just to make $50,000-$60,000 a year. If you go to college, know the ROI of your degree. Community college, trade schools, and online certificates, they can really change your life without ruining your credit if you do it the right way. Number four, following bad advice. All your friends are broke, then stop taking financial advice from them. Just because everybody's doing something financially stupid doesn't mean that it's right and you should do it too. Buying luxury cars, designer brands, or trying to keep up with social media that everybody is now trying to look cool on Instagram and TikTok. That's how you stay stuck. Study people who are winning, copy their habits, not their clothes. And every now and then it's okay to splurge and buy things that you want, but you don't have to go out and buy things that you don't need, that you're going to be stuck with for the next 5 years. Trust me, it's a financial trap that you don't want to put yourself into. Number five, waiting too long to invest. If you start to invest, let's say into a Roth IRA in your 20s, you can double your retirement in 10 years of savings. How? It's very simple. If you haven't studied it, then subscribe and like this video because I'll talk about it in another video, but it's compound interest. If you invest $200 a month starting at 20 and never increase it, by the time you retire, you'll have over $1 million. But what happens if you wait until you're 30? Then that drops by almost half. So the best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time to invest is right now. Number six, not building multiple streams of income and only relying on one job. It's like standing on one leg. If you lose it, you fall. I know it's a weird analogy, but just stick with me here. If you're in your 20s, your time is cheap, right? But your energy is so high and you probably have a lot of fewer responsibilities than somebody like myself who's 30. So you can do a lot more with your time. Start a side hustle, learn a high income skill, sell something online. Even $300 extra a month from a side hustle can be the seed to financial freedom. Learn what people are doing and what you want to do, because having a high income earning skill is the best thing that you can learn for yourself, whether it's sales, whether it's marketing. One of the best things that I did when I was first starting out in my early teens and 20s was I learned sales. That was the thing that I was good at. And then I started to learn marketing, and then I started to learn about branding, and I started reading all these books. This is something that you can take to any job or even for the business that you're going to start for yourself, and it'll go a long ways. It's a high earning income skill that not a lot of people have that you can use to make a lot more money, even without a college degree. Number 7, I would say, is not asking questions or the right questions or seeking out mentors. I know for a lot of people, your ego is expensive, but hear me out for a second. Don't pretend like you know it all. Ask a lot of questions, even if the person that you're asking is younger than you. Don't let your pride take over. Get a mentor and follow somebody who's doing what you're essentially doing and who's essentially 10 years ahead of you financially. You'll want to avoid painful mistakes just by listening, and mistakes are meant to be made, right? If you learn from somebody else, it can also save you thousands of dollars, and one good conversation can save you a 5-year detour. Just think of it that way. Number 8 is definitely not having an emergency fund. Emergencies are going to happen. You're going to have to repair your car. Unfortunately, some of us are going to have to go to the hospital. You're going to lose your job. If you don't have cash, you'll end up using your credit cards and taking out loans, which will set you back so far. It's not something that you want to do. So save a little bit of money for an emergency fund. Even if you have $1,000 to start, it's not exciting, but it's your safety net. Financial peace means having a little bit of margin. So number 9 is definitely a crucial one, and that's not learning financial literacy. What does that mean? Think of money as a language, right? If you never learn it, you'll be taking advantage of your whole life, learning how taxes work, understanding insurance, know what net worth means. You don't need to be a CPA, but you do need to stop being financially blind. Take initiative. They don't want to teach you this stuff in school for whatever reason, but at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to make sure that you become financially literate. So definitely subscribe, because this is a channel where I will be teaching you that, and it's free learning. Like this video, subscribe, and comment down below. It'll help small channels out like myself to teach people like you who definitely want to learn and not waste thousands of dollars on a mentor. And number 10, this is probably one of the most dangerous ones, is thinking that you have time. Definitely a dangerous mindset that you don't want to get yourself into. Something that I occasionally told myself is that I'll get serious about money later, and then I started spending money like I really had it, which I didn't. Every year that you delay is a year lost. If you're in your 20s just partying and doing all this crazy stuff and you're not planning, then those things are going to end up catching up to you. The habits that you start now will determine the struggle that you are in your 30s, or if you're going to thrive in your 30s. So think of it that way. Sure, go out, have fun, do what you want to do, be with your friends. This doesn't mean that you can't do both, but having fun doesn't always consist of going out, getting drunk, getting high off your ass, and wasting a lot of money like it grows on trees. Think of that. I personally save about 5 or 10% of my earnings for me to go spend however I please. Right now, it kind of varies because I like to spend that money on my family versus myself, and I don't really need a lot of things for myself. And the last thing that I want to say is you don't need to be rich to start. You just need to start smart. The earlier you avoid these mistakes, the faster you build your wealth, peace, and options that you have for your future self. And your future self is waiting. Just think of that. What will he or she do in the future or thank you for? Or what will he or she get mad at you for and regret? If this video gave you value at all, please consider subscribing for more real world financial advice that schools never taught us, that parents never taught you. Drop a comment down below of what is one of the most financial mistakes that you've already made and that others should avoid making. Let's help each other win. Thank you guys all for watching. I love you guys all, and until next time, peace.